Welcome to our U.S. Briefing Show. Today, we're diving into some exciting and thought-provoking stories. First up, President Donald Trump has proposed a dramatic change in how companies report their financial results. Instead of quarterly reports, he suggests biannual disclosures, aiming to cut costs and promote a long-term view, much like China's management style. Industry supporters are on board, but critics worry about missing quick insights into the economy. The SEC's decision is still pending, so stay tuned. Next, we explore the fascinating shift among young Europeans who see China as a land of opportunity. Despite ongoing challenges like visa issues and geopolitical tensions, many are drawn to China's innovation and growth, especially in tech and entrepreneurship. People like Swedish law student Simon Wold are dreaming of careers that bridge the EU and China, showing a new generation's curiosity and optimism about China's future. However, obstacles remain, including legal uncertainties and rising costs, but the potential for collaboration keeps many hopeful. Finally, the US and India are preparing for critical trade talks in New Delhi. After recent tensions caused by tariffs, both sides are optimistic about resolving issues and boosting economic ties. The upcoming negotiations could be a turning point to ease trade barriers and foster stronger cooperation. Plus, Ford is making a historic move, relocating its headquarters after 70 years to a modern campus nearby, aiming for better collaboration and innovation. And in Oregon, over $48 million in federal aid has been missed since the aid program expired, impacting rural communities and schools. Plus, we've got updates on the controversial Constitution pipeline and how AI-generated images caused confusion during a recent incident. Please continue to watch for more details. CNN reports that President Donald Trump is advocating for a radical overhaul of the American corporate reporting system, proposing that public companies abandon quarterly financial disclosures in favor of biannual reports. This idea aims to curb the pervasive short-termism that has long dominated corporate America, where CEOs and executives often prioritize pleasing impatient investors and the fickle stock market over long-term strategic growth. Trump's proposal, which would require SEC approval, echoes sentiments from industry leaders like J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon and investor Warren Buffett, who have voiced concerns about the damaging effects of quarterly capitalism. Critics worry that such a shift could delay critical insights into economic trends, impacting investors and policymakers who rely on timely data to gauge the health of industries like airlines, banks, and tech giants, especially during volatile periods. South China Morning Post highlights a notable change in European perceptions of China, especially among the younger generation, as the 50th anniversary of EU-China diplomatic ties sparks renewed interest in opportunities within China's rapidly evolving landscape. Despite lingering challenges such as visa uncertainties, internet restrictions, and geopolitical tensions, young Europeans like Swedish law student Simon Wold see China as a land of innovation and growth, particularly in technology and entrepreneurship. Wold, inspired to learn Mandarin and explore EU-China relations, views China's dynamic environment as more exciting than the rigid, settled markets of Europe. Meanwhile, seasoned entrepreneurs like French AI startup founder Alain Sauce remain enthusiastic about China's technological advancements but are wary of bureaucratic hurdles and the Great Firewall, which complicate long-term plans for foreign talent and investment. The evolving visa policies, including new K-visas aimed at attracting global STEM professionals, signal China's efforts to bolster its innovation ecosystem, even as the expatriate population continues to decline due to high living costs and political concerns. South China Morning Post also reports on the upcoming trade negotiations between India and the US, which are generating cautious optimism amid recent tensions. After President Trump imposed hefty tariffs on India in response to its purchase of Russian oil, bilateral relations experienced strain, with trade deficits widening and exports falling. However, the Indian government remains engaged in dialogue, with trade representatives scheduled to meet in New Delhi to seek a path forward. The context of these talks is complex, as India balances its economic interests with its strategic relationships, including a recent high-profile visit by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to China and Russia. Despite the tariffs and trade disputes, some officials believe that a resolution is within reach, and the two nations are hopeful for a reset in their economic ties, which could pave the way for greater cooperation amid shifting geopolitical dynamics. The Associated Press reports that Ford Motor Company is making a historic move after nearly 70 years, relocating its world headquarters to a state-of-the-art campus just 3 miles from its longtime Dearborn home. The new 2.1 million square foot facility, named Ford World Headquarters, is designed to foster innovation and collaboration by bringing together corporate leaders with design and engineering teams in a vibrant, accessible environment. The iconic glass house, built in 1956, which once stood as one of the largest single-company office buildings in the nation, will retain its address, symbolizing Ford's commitment to its heritage while embracing the future. The new headquarters, situated on the site of the former Product Development Center where legendary vehicles like the Mustang and Thunderbird were born, is a testament to Ford's enduring legacy and its dedication to advancing mobility for the next century, with a campus that promotes wellness, community, and technological innovation. Yahoo reports that Oregon has experienced a significant financial setback, losing over $48 million in federal rural development funds since the expiration of the Secure Rural Schools and Community Self-Determination Act at the end of 2023. This act, which had funneled billions into western states over the past 2 decades to support rural roads, schools, and community services, was not renewed by Congress in 2023, primarily due to partisan disagreements. Oregon, with more than half of its land federally owned, bore the brunt of this lapse, with its federal funding plummeting from over $55 million in the 2022 to 2023 fiscal year to just around $8.4 million, an 85% decline. This loss has strained local budgets, especially in small districts like Klamath County, which relied heavily on these funds for critical services and infrastructure. Democratic Senator Ron Wyden, a key advocate for the act, criticized the inaction of House Republicans, warning that this political stalemate threatens the vitality of rural communities and education across Oregon. Yahoo further details the ongoing controversy surrounding the Constitution Pipeline, a proposed 125-mile natural gas pipeline that would connect Pennsylvania's Marcellus shale fields to upstate New York, with implications extending into New England. Advocates, including political figures from both parties, argue that expanding pipeline capacity is crucial to meet rising energy demands and reduce costs for millions of households, especially during winter months when gas supplies are strained. However, opponents warn that such projects threaten environmental integrity, exacerbate climate change, and contradict regional commitments to shift toward renewable energy sources. The project, which has faced delays and legal hurdles for over a decade, is now moving forward amid political negotiations, with supporters claiming it will lower energy prices and improve supply reliability. Critics, meanwhile, emphasize the region's legal commitments to achieve net zero emissions and highlight local resistance to new infrastructure, such as compressor stations, reflecting a broader debate over balancing economic growth with environmental sustainability. Deutsche Welle reports that following the shooting of right-wing activist Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University, a flood of images and videos of the alleged suspect, Tyler R., circulated online, many of which were misleading or outright fake. A particularly viral image, claimed to be a clearer photo of the suspect, was debunked as AI-generated, not released by the FBI, and riddled with obvious digital artifacts, such as unnaturally smooth skin, distorted symbols, and inconsistent background elements. The FBI's official images, including CCTV footage, provided limited and obscured views of the suspect, making identification difficult. After Tyler R.'s arrest, online debates erupted over whether the mugshot matched the surveillance images, but many of these comparisons were compromised by the use of manipulated AI images, leading to false claims that the wrong person had been detained. The article highlights how AI tools can swiftly produce convincing fake images, complicating the public's ability to discern truth from fiction in high-profile cases. Deutsche Welle highlights Nepal's historic appointment of Sushila Karki as the country's first female interim prime minister, a move that symbolizes a shift in societal trust towards women leadership amid a backdrop of violent youth-led protests demanding justice and anti-corruption measures. Karki, born in 1952, has a distinguished career as Nepal's first woman chief justice and a staunch advocate for judicial independence, women's rights, and anti-corruption efforts, earning respect for her integrity and courage. Her rise to power, amid the chaos of protests that saw destruction of government offices and loss of life, is viewed by many as a sign of societal progress, transcending gender boundaries and reflecting a broader movement for governance reform. Her immediate challenges include rebuilding the nation's shattered institutions, conducting timely elections, and navigating political pressures from various factions and international actors, all while maintaining vigilance against corruption, military influence, and external interference. Support from diverse sectors, security forces, youth, and civil society, gives her a broad base to push for reforms, but her success will depend on her ability to unite the fractured political landscape and fulfill the hopes of Nepal's restless youth, shaping the future of its fragile democracy. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6 Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6 team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6 Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6 Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories spin, walls come down, voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd, broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen, every link a different theme, words collide in the stream, 6 degrees connect the dots, background stories more than us. Hear the voices rise aloft, truth unveils in every spot, cultures clash across the globe, spin the threads in a strobe, every story wears a robe, truth and lies in their code, journalists dig real deep, secrets out, they don't sleep, every angle they will keep. In the news we take a leap, new perspectives day by day.